So you want to learn how to make lentil patties. Well, let me be the first to tell you that you came to the right spot. Now, whether you're a vegan, vegetarian, or just a straight up omnivore, as most people are, lentil patties are perfect snacks, meals for meal preps, and let's just face it, if you're looking for something to throw on the grill for, I don't know, your local 4th of July party or whatever the case may be, lentil patties are a very nutritious meal to choose. Now, lentil patties are packed with macronutrients and micronutrients. Hence, a lot of vegans and vegetarians use lentil patties to get the necessary protein intake that they need to fulfill for that day. So, without further ado, let's hop right into it. How to make lentil patties. Alright, so as you can see, I already have my bowl of cooked lentils already pre-prepared. Now the ingredients include chia seeds, some sweet potatoes. You're going to want to add some soy sauce in there. I bought yellow onions, but white onions work just as good. I bought some creamy peanut butter, so the crunchy kind. You're going to want to throw in some ground thyme, some white mushrooms. As you can see, I already bought them sliced. And lastly, some Italian style breadcrumbs. Now, for this recipe, it includes 2 cups of cooked lentils, 1 cup of breadcrumbs, 1/2 cup of peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of thyme, 1/4 cup of chia seeds, and 1/4 of sweet potato. Now, for this particular video, I wanted to make enough to meal prep for the whole entire week, so I multiplied that ratio by 5. So we got our onions nice and diced. The white mushrooms already came sliced, so I didn't really have to worry about that. I used probably a tablespoon of olive oil just for the pan to reduce the friction on the pan with the onions and the mushrooms. Now you're going to want to cook the onions and the mushrooms first and let them simmer on low while you prepare the sweet potato. Alright, so now that the sweet potato is finally shredded, we are going to go ahead and add the lentils into the food processor. Now, there are many different types of food processors. However, no matter which kind that you have, I would not recommend overfilling the processor with the food that you are using. It can dull the blade or even potentially break the motor or break the blades. So I'm going to go ahead and add these breadcrumbs. You also got to keep in mind that we have to save space for the mushrooms, the onions, and also the soy sauce and the other spices. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this can get really compact, so we are going to want to leave a good amount of space. The peanut butter definitely makes it even thicker than what it already is. Now, once the food is processing, if it becomes too thick, what you might want to do is add some water. Now, the trick to making lentil patties stick is that you want to remove all hydration from the food. You basically want to dehydrate the food. Now, if it becomes too dehydrated, the food processor isn't going to be able to do its job because it's going to be too dense and too compact. So if the food processor gets too compact, what you want to do is you want to grab a cup of water and just slowly pour small amounts of the water into the food processor as the food is processing. That way you can visually see if it is still too dense and too compact, or if it's slowly loosening up and getting into a thick paste enough to where the food processor could do its job. What's up, Nike? You hungry, huh? You smell that? Yeah, you like that, don't you? So now we're going to check up on the mushrooms and the onions. As you can see, they're starting to caramelize, and that's exactly what we want. These mushrooms and the onions, they're going to add that meaty texture to the patties that we want. For more meaty texture, you can definitely add more mushrooms. Once the food is finally processed, we are going to mix it in with the sweet potato shreds and evenly distribute them as best we can so we can get a good distribution. And then from there, we're just going to very simply make patties out of them. You can make thick patties, you can make small patties, you can make long patties, you can make them however you want. Just keep in mind that the thicker that you make the patties, the more time that they're going to need to cook. Alright, so the patties are made and they are ready for the oven. Alright, here we go. I set the oven to bake for 400 degrees and I left them in there for approximately 25 to 30 minutes. And voila, guten appetit. So as you can see, making lentil patties really is not that challenging, nor is it really time consuming. All you really need is a few key ingredients, a food processor, and something to cook them with. Now as far as the recipe goes, you can tweak it however you deem necessary. As a matter of fact, for those of you that do tweak it, and for those that follow the strict recipe that I put up, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below explaining your results. I would love to get an in-depth analysis of whoever would like to mention how their recipe came out. Now, that's all I have for this video, y'all. Please don't hesitate to subscribe, hit that push notification bell so you can get all of my content. You're not going to want to miss out. Thanks again. Dro out. Let's keep it pushing.